Peace and blessings, everybody. So, I had a download come in while I was sitting here watching TikTok, and as per usual, I always get these downloads and these visions and these, you know, full vision, full download from, the Great Mother. And let me tell you, we have been diluted into believing that the wound that most of us carry is from the mother line, and it is not. It is the father line. And I'll tell you why in many reasons. A lot of people think that these men who are narcissists and have abuse issues and are, abusive or don't want to take care of their children, and I'm like, oh, it's their mom, it's their mama. No, it's not. It's their father. It is the father line. Think about it. Where does men learn to be men? The father. Who walked out on you? If your mother is if you were raised by a single woman, whose fault is that? The father. There's nothing that can stop a man from wanting to be a parent. Like, whether that's through the courthouse or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? There's ways to be a parent. There's ways to deal with your children. You know what I mean? Who is the seed, right, that implants? Because this is what they love to tell us. So guess what? I'm going to go with that story and that theory. Who is the fertilizer? We are the fertilizer. They're the egg. They're the semen, right? They water the garden, right? So if you're the one that waters the garden, shouldn't you make better choices in where you water your garden? What gardens you water? Where you plant seeds? Shouldn't you make better decisions? Shouldn't you cover up? Shouldn't you strap up until you know you want to make babies? And then when you're like, oh, I got this crazy baby mama. You knew she was crazy when you were sleeping unprotected. There has to be some major accountability that starts to play out, because y'all ain't gonna like me. I'm in my shadow, and my shadow is making me powerful. I'm working with Offset, the Great Mother Offset, as y'all call her, Isis. I'm working with her, and Kali Ma. Let me tell you, they do not play. They do not play. And they're taking me through. We are all in the shadow. That's why you see so many women online crying. I literally was outside crying today. Crying, purging, boo-hooing. I'm in a hotel with my child because I refuse to stay in a relationship with a narcissistic and emotionally abusive narcissistic person who doesn't want to heal, because he has childhood trauma that stems from his father's side and his brothers, because he grew up in a house full of men with one sister, and his sister is lovely, who is religious, and he's not, right? To the point that he even threw out, I saw a card that she wrote that had like a prayer, a religious prayer, because he's so resentful and bitter, right? And I'm like, oh no, let me think of the childhood trauma that I do know about that he won't tell me, and the trauma I know about that he hasn't told me, that I've put together through my gifts and stuff like that, and talking to people. Let's take for example, his father died young, right? And then his mom got remarried to a good stepdad, right? But he was older, he was the youngest, and all his siblings way older than him, right? So he didn't really get to grow with that nurturing, so much as nurturing, and his brothers were out there, like they were doing wild shit, right? So he didn't have a traditional upbringing. And I know one of his traumas definitely of, dealing with a few things. And then, his stepdad died, right? So he hasn't really been cultivated by a good man or good men, right? And his dad is around him trying to get his attention and work with him spiritually on the astral side, and has been trying to warn him about the destructive road he's going down, but he doesn't listen. He has ancestors around him. They were all in my house, and trying to warn him about the road he was going down was going to be one he wasn't going to be able to come back from. And he was going to pay a terrible price for the shit he was trying to do to me and my son, and to my children in general, and to me, to get money. And money he ain't getting. Money he ain't going to have, right? To have his notoriety and status and control. And that's the thing. Hurt men want control. They want to feel dominant. They want to feel powerful, because they know that the woman is the power. Men know. Men know. Real men know women are power generators. This is why I think so many men are on the down low, because they don't feel empowered around women. They feel because they have father wound healing. It's easy to blame women. It's easy to blame, oh, my mom ran that dude off. My mom didn't let me see him. My mom didn't do this. My mom didn't do that. When you got older, you know what you could have went and got? Counseling. You know what you could have got? Therapy. They don't want to do that shit. You could have went and healed your shadow side. You could have cried. You could have purged. Stop consulting with friends who you know cheat. How you in a relationship but talking to friends who cheat and cheated on their spouses? How is that a good ear? Some of y'all's parents are hateful. Some of y'all parents don't want to see you happy. So if you know you have that kind of volatile parent, stop seeking advice and validation from them. Some of y'all's friends and siblings are your enemies. This is why I say, to some degree, if you really want advice, go to someone who you don't know your friends, who don't know your family, who don't know you. Like, I want someone who has no connection to anything, like the furthest, because that's real advice. Someone who has nothing to gain, right? Who don't know my circle, hell, cross the water, cross the ocean, I don't care, right? I want to go as far as damn possible out of my ecosystem, right? Who has nothing to gain from manipulating me. Because some of y'all are being manipulated by family, friends, people who are benefiting financially, sucking off of you, being incubus and succubus themselves. You know what I'm saying? You have to choose to want to heal. And let me tell you, being that we're going back into the divine feminine, the feminine are healing. This is why they're trying to hold y'all accountable. And y'all don't like it. They're calling y'all out and y'all don't like it. Y'all want to be defensive instead of saying, this is true. Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Maybe I do have father wound healing. Maybe I didn't have good male role models. And even if you have good male role models and stuff, it doesn't mean you still don't have father wound healing. Right? Did your dad take you out and play catch? Did your dad take you camping? Did your dad take you fishing? Did your dad show you how to be a good man to your mother, to his wife? Was he faithful? Was he honorable? And when it got too much, did he walk away instead of cheating and lying and hurting her? Do you understand? These are the examples where men get examples from. You can blame women all you want, but we are not your example. We birth you, we cultivate you, we teach you how to move from the heart chakra. We're trying to teach you the heart chakra again, and y'all don't want to do the healing work on the heart chakra. Y'all don't want to and by the way, the planets the planets that are currently at play are making y'all open your heart, unfurl this shit. Y'all are having nightmares of the shit y'all done. And the justice, my spirit guides and my ancestors, because of my spiritual ranking, okay? That's another thing. If you have high spiritual ranking and your ancestors are highly spiritually ranked, they're beating your ass in the astrals right now. And then some of y'all who are disrespecting these women who are highly spiritual ranked, don't look at the outside loves. I'm talking about spiritual ranking where it really matters. Ancestors are fucking y'all up in the astrals. When I tell you we are in the karma era, we're in the year of the 8, which is karma, and I am a child of Jupiter, of Saturn. How dare you in the karma era? Y'all are getting instant justice fucking with me. Do you understand? Playing with my money, playing with my children, playing with me or my life, and trying to take things that don't belong to you. Ooh, disrespecting me, violating me, or my children, or like my future real soulmate who is coming. Bro, y'all trying to keep us apart, but y'all are out here playing games. Y'all must not value life or your children's lives, because that's how real this justice is right now. Y'all need to be out here and do the healing work. Go inward. Let that shadow. I went outside and cried. That's how much I'm gambling on me to have a better life. I ain't gonna be in this hotel long. Things are already moving. Spirit's like, all right, bet. You done cried. You done let it go. You ready. Let me tell you, gamble and bet on you, y'all. You will always win. Okay? Peace and blessings.